Imagine a car so small, so futuristic, that it looks like something straight out of a video game. Now imagine that same car beating million-dollar hypercars and even embarrassing Formula One machines. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it actually happened. This is the McMurtry Spéirling, an all-electric, fan-powered rocket on wheels that turned the racing world upside down. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why people are calling it one of the most groundbreaking cars in motorsport history. But here's the twist: this tiny EV doesn't rely on a giant V12 engine or even some crazy space-age batteries. No, its secret weapon? A fan. Yes, a fan. And once you understand how this works, you'll never look at race cars the same way again. So stick around, because in the next few minutes, we're going to break down how this insane piece of engineering smashed records, scared the life out of traditional car makers, and may have just changed the future of racing forever. Alright, let's start at the beginning. The McMurtry Spéirling made its big debut at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. For those who don't know, Goodwood is like the ultimate playground for car enthusiasts. It's where the fastest, wildest, and most exotic machines on the planet come to prove themselves on the legendary hill climb. Every year, you see million-dollar hypercars, Formula One cars, prototypes all going head-to-head for the fastest time. And in 2022, something completely unexpected happened. This little electric car smaller than a Miata rolled up to the start line. People laughed. People doubted. Nobody thought it would even come close to the big names. But the second the Spéirling launched, jaws dropped. The sound of the fan roared like a jet engine. The car hugged the track like it was glued down, and before anyone could even blink, it had broken the all-time Goodwood record. Not by a tiny margin, by a lot. At that moment, the world realized this wasn't just another EV experiment. This was the birth of something entirely new. Now you might be wondering, how the heck does a fan make a car this fast? Well, let's break it down. In racing, speed isn't just about horsepower, it's about grip. If your car can't stay glued to the ground, it doesn't matter how much power you throw at it, you'll just spin out. That's why race cars use wings, spoilers, and crazy aerodynamics to push the car into the track. But the McMurtry Spéirling? It flipped that idea upside down. Instead of relying only on airflow over the body, it uses a giant fan to literally suck the car into the ground. Think of it like a giant vacuum cleaner underneath the car, pulling it toward the asphalt. The result? Instant, insane levels of downforce even at low speeds. That means while other cars need to hit 150 miles per hour before their aerodynamics kick in, the Spéirling has maximum grip the moment it launches. This is why it corners like it's on rails. This is why it accelerates like a rocket ship. And this is exactly why even Formula One engineers were left stunned. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. The car weighs less than 2,200 pounds. It's tiny, compact, and fully electric. Yet thanks to this fan system, it produces over 4,000 pounds of downforce. That's basically like strapping a full-size pickup truck on top of it while it drives. No wonder it shattered records at Goodwood. No wonder people started calling it the car that breaks physics. But here's the thing: this idea isn't entirely new. Back in the 1970s, Formula One briefly experimented with something called a fan car. The Brabham BT46B used a similar vacuum system and was so effective that it dominated instantly. The problem? It was too good. The FIA banned it almost immediately, saying it gave an unfair advantage. So when McMurtry revived this forgotten technology decades later, it wasn't just a cool gimmick. It was a massive statement. What if the future of racing wasn't about bigger engines or louder exhausts, but smarter engineering? And here's where the story gets really interesting. Because the McMurtry Spéirling isn't just a record-breaking toy, it's a warning shot to the entire auto industry. See, in just a few short runs, it proved that electric cars can be more than just eco-friendly commuters. They can be mind-blowingly fast, brutally efficient, and revolutionary in design. And let's be real, fans loved it. Clips of the Spéirling went viral on social media. Every car enthusiast, from hardcore petrolheads to EV fans, couldn't stop talking about it. Why? Because it showed us something we didn't think was possible anymore: true innovation in motorsport. But here's the million-dollar question: if this technology is so powerful, will we actually see it in mainstream racing? Or will history repeat itself and the fan car get banned again for being too good? Right now, it's hard to say. Some racing leagues are cautious, while others are intrigued. But one thing's for sure, the Spéirling has already made its mark. It's forced engineers, drivers, and even fans to rethink what a race car can be. And honestly, that's what makes this story so exciting. Because when you look at the McMurtry Spéirling, you're not just looking at a car. You're looking at a glimpse of the future. A future where innovation isn't about tradition, it's about breaking the rules, rewriting the playbook, and daring to dream bigger. So let me ask you, do you think fan-powered cars should be the future of racing, or should they stay banned for being too good? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the wildest cars ever built, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Move Check for more crazy car stories, and share this video with a friend who needs to see just how wild racing can get. Because one thing's for sure, the McMurtry Spéirling didn't just change racing at Goodwood. It may have just changed it forever.